Porma Bell from Zwider Park. It's week 31, and if you've got a level 5 Manbear pig this week, you're on easy street. I don't, I've got a level 4. If we don't need Inuit on defence, we'll play him at midline to threaten the opponent's new kid. So we've played Inuit, the opponent needs to respond, and they've also dropped Eswow up in the corner. She'll make her way over to our side. Oh, Inuit takes a bar and takes down the scout, that's nice. Right, I need to deal with this baby before she kills us. Right, so we're just going to drop Lava here, and Lava and New Kid are going to deal with Inuit, so we don't need to worry about that. Now we've got Randy coming in to threaten the opponent's New Kid, so we'll just drop a flower to protect him. Meanwhile, I've dropped Scout on Eswow, and Scout's just going to farm energy. So the more hits that Scout gets on Eswow, who you can see has been slowed down by the lava, the better. So I'm just going to hit it with the hyperdrive because Randy's going to threaten the third bar of New Kid, and it looks like he's going to get it, so we don't have to worry about the rest of the push. Right, absolutely dominated the first game. Let's look at the second. Her Divinity from Death Dealers. See how we get on. Apologies for the lack of video last week, by the way. None of my footage was really worth watching. They were like all squash matches, more or less. I did actually lose one, but it was pretty spectacularly terrible. I didn't feel like anyone would learn anything from them, so I thought I'd save my time. Right, so we've got Randy coming in. Randy's moves quick, so he'll quickly make his way to our side. I'm just going to put Kyle to support the Zen. We're going to try and bring this fight to our side. Oh, and they've dropped a Manbear pig. He should lock onto Cartman, but I'm just going to pull him in with Tweak just to be sure, and then we'll just get some of my assassins behind Manbear pig. They should be able to shred him pretty quickly. So unfortunately the flower has now taken Ike, but Ike's still alive, so he's doing really well. The Zen's nearly dead, but the Manbear pig has gone down. Scout finally dies, and now we've got a good push coming up on the opponent's New Kid. We'll just get that flower down, and all they drop is lava. That's not going to stop this, so we should take at least one bar, might get two, might get all three. We'll see what happens. So we've got the hyperdrive now to get over the lava, and I'm just going to use Kyle's boost, and we're going to try and shred this Zen really quickly. It's only level 4, so it dies very, very fast. And there goes the second bar from Wonder Tweak. Wonder Tweak's going to keep threatening the New Kid, so the opponent's going to have to do something. I decided to drop Manbear Pig on the opposing lane, but as you can see now, we've got that... I forget the name of this red character, but she draws everyone towards her, quickly dies, and now we get the third bar. Good game. Right, let's look at the next. Isu 47 from Merc Demons. I believe that's Haze Demons' team. Right, let's see what we can start with her. If my opponent doesn't threaten my New Kid, I'll go with Zen behind. Let's see what they do to start with. Eswow in the back, right, we'll drop Cartman in the back, and we'll bring the fight to our side of the battlefield. We're going to support Cartman, and I think oh, so he's been dragged out, so we've now gone to the midline, so we won't be fighting on our side anymore. So I don't want to drop the ranged unit until Eswow's used her ability, which she now has, so we'll drop Tweak, then we'll get Kyle down supporting. Just drop a flower to taunt some of these opponents, and now we've got lava to deal with, but it looks like the opponent's push is more or less dead. We've got Scout there, so I'm just going to deal with that with Inuit, and there we go. We've got the boost from the Kyle has helped us to shred this push. Unfortunately, my Inuit gets taken out by New Kid, not by Angel or by B-Elf. But as you can see, this push has pretty fairly come to an end on both sides here. I think Blood Elf is going to survive, so we're going to have to drop something to deal with her. And now we've got Marcus incoming. Not too worried about Marcus. He does not hit hard. And even though his pillow is going to take about half of New Kid's health, we're just going to drop the lava, and we're going to use Scout to just farm that energy back up. So Scout takes care of him quite nicely and gets us a bit of extra energy in the process. And now my opponent drops Wonder Tweak. We're building up enough energy to drop the Manbear Pig, so that's something that we can consider. But first I'm just going to put Zen down in front of the New Kid, and we're just going to start to build a new push behind the Zen. So the lava there dealing with Wonder Tweak. Blood Elf's pushing up a bit, so we're just going to drag Randy away from her, and then we'll use Cartman's taunt to protect her, and now I'll just get this Inuit down. So taking care of this push quite nicely. We take out that that scout before it builds up too much energy to my opponent's side, and we take a bar, and then SWOW drops in just afterwards. We get the death wish onto the new kid, so we've taken half of the second bar. And that was a poor timed hyper drive by my opponent. I don't know what they were thinking there. They only had Wendy and SWOW on the battlefield. That's not going to do much damage. So I'll drop Scout now to deal with Wendy. Meanwhile, they've dropped Inuit over there. SWOW charges at Scout and gets taken out. Inuit takes care of the Randy. And once again, this kind of pushes collapsing a little bit. Didn't get lucky there with the hook hand, that's a shame, and now they've both been pulled into the middle, so I can just let this little bit of push die. We've got the man bear pig good to go, so we'll drop him. I think we're going to run out of time. We're not going to get the second bar, so unfortunately, we might actually, if the scout takes this bar, we might get a second bar. It runs out of time even with the hyperdrive, so that'll be a 1-12 for this week. Good games to all my opponents. Thanks for watching, see you soon.